when we look at Bereshis, when we look at the beginning of the Tanakh, and by the way, you can see this on our website, afii.org. We have a completely transliterated Tanakh, Bereshis bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'es haaretz. It's right there on our website, afii.org. And when you read the story of the Brias, HaOilem, the creation of the world, you have to remember it was written by prophets, Hebrew prophets. This whole Tanakh, it's a story that needs to be understood, but can't be without faith. And you have to remember that before the Brias HaOilem, the creation of the world, there was already the Limela, the lamb. And he was already geshechted, ritually slaughtered before the foundation of the world, before the creation of the world. And the main thing to understand is that God is going to tell you how the Einwohner, the inhabitants, were placed on this earth, beginning with one man. And this is a picture of what God wants us to know, which is that these must be written, verschrieben, in dem Sefer Hayim, the Sefer Hayim, the book of life. They've got to be verschrieben, written down. And if they're not, they're lost. The most important thing for you to think about right now is not how well your life is going, not how much money you have in the bank, not how many bills you've been able to pay, not what a nice house you might have or not have. The only thing that matters is that your name, your nomen, is verschrieben, written in the Sefer HaHayim, in the book of life, and not any book of life, not just any old book of life, not just any old Yom Kippur book of life, but the book of life, von dem Limela, the Lamb. That's what we're talking about. The Lamb that was slain. His book. And we have great assurance because we know that our name is written there. It was written there before the foundation of the world. It was written there while we were still sinners. Mashiach ben David died for the ungodly. And we may have different troubles in this world. We may have hardships and different difficulties, but we have this wonderful promise that our name is enrolled in the census book of the New Jerusalem that comes down from heaven. So when we read the book of Genesis, although there's nothing in it that is alien to science, we don't read it with a microscope, thinking like a carnal scientist. We read it asking God to give us the revelation that was given to the Hebrew prophets that wrote down the Tanakh, because it is a heavenly book. And as we put it into Yiddish, and as we combine that with the Brit Hadashah in Yiddish, and as it's archived in the United Bible Society Digital Bible Library, we're looking at the book of Daniel. We're looking at all the places where this book, this Sefer HaHayim, where the names are Farshriben, written down, and where the redeemed are found. And Lord, I want to pray that you would put such a conviction on people tonight, that they would know, yes, David was a sinner. Yes, he knew he was a sinner from conception. And he tells us that in Psalm 51. And he was in need of a clean heart, a new heart, a creationary miracle. And he cried out to God. But even David could see that the Moshiach's body would not see Shachat. Psalm 16, verse 10. And that the Moshiach was the Lord. The Lord said to my Lord. Psalm 110, verse 1. And that the Moshiach was a Cohen. Psalm 110, verse 4. And that the Moshiach would suffer, and his hands and feet would be pierced. Psalm 22. And that he could cry out to this Lord to create in him a clean heart, a new heart, a lev hadash, a ruach hadashah, and make him a new person. And oh God, as we do this Yiddish Tanakh, help us to remember it is a heavenly book written by Hebrew prophets that has to be spiritually discerned and spiritually preserved and corrected, not corrected, but the correct words have to be placed there where we might have need to correct them because of our own mistakes in not writing the right word down, because scribes are human beings. And that's why we have to have proofreading and endless checking. The Orthodox Jewish Bible was endlessly proofread for 30 years, going on over every single word. And oh God, how important this is now. And I ask you, Lord, for strength that we can do this. And I pray, Lord, that anyone who is listening tonight, who knows they need to get right with God, will cry out to you, Lord, put my name in the book of life. Forgive my sins. Give me a new heart. Cover me with the Lamb's blood and get me out of bondage and out of my Egyptian problems that I have as a slave of many bad habits and many false ways. And oh God, we ask all of this in Yeshua's name and for his wonderful glory. And everybody said,